Yo, what is up YouTube? We are back with another tabletop matchup. This video, we have the local player Matthew M on the left. He is going to be playing that Giratina vstar deck, and I'm going to be on the right playing that Hisuian Goodra vstar deck. So it looks like I did take a few mulligans. We are both going to start a Radiant Greninja. I'm going to play 2 Battle VIP passes, which is very strong, and I often find myself doing that with this Hisuian Goodra deck. So I'm going to get 2 Hisuian Goodra Vs and 2 Comfeys. I'm just going to shuffle the deck before I start doing hopefully some flower selecting shenanigans. This is actually a very fun matchup due to a lot of different factors. So it looks like I'm going to use concealed cards on that Radiant Greninja, play the switch into the Comfey, and then use flower selecting, getting rid of that boss's orders, and then I attach return to the bench Hisuian Goodra V. So it looks like Matthew is going to start off with a battle VIP pass of his own. Let's see what he gets. Most likely 2 Comfeys or Comfey Cramorant. So he does get the 2 Comfeys. He's going to quick ball away a Mirage Gate. He's going to grab himself a Cramorant, which for a Lost Zone deck that does play Cramorant, this is a really good start on Matthew's side. So he's going to use concealed cards. He's going to draw 2 more, and he's going to play a Chorus's Experiment. So he's going to get rid of a Psychic Energy, and I don't remember what the other card was. So now he's got a really big hand. He must have a switch out somewhere. So he's going to use a Scoop Up Net, picking up that Radiant Greninja, promoting the Comfey, and then he's going to bench that Radiant Greninja back down. And then he's going to use the ability Concealed Cards once again. So now he's going to use Flower Selecting. I believe there's a Battle VIP pass there, but I don't think he needs it at this moment in time. So he is going to choose to put that into the Lost Zone. He's going to attach an Air Balloon to the Comfey and then retreat into the bench one. Then he's going to use Flower Selecting again. Going to get rid of that Cramorant. And he's going to play the switch and use the attack Spit Innocently for the knockout on the active Comfey. So I'm going to draw and promote the bench Comfey. I'm going to use Flower Selecting. I get rid of the Capture Energy. So I'm going to use Concealed Cards, discarding a Capture Energy. I get to draw 2. I use Chorus's Experiment, so I'm going to get to choose which 2 to throw in the Lost Zone. Looks like there is a Hisuian Goodra V-Star and I think a Boss's Orders. So I'm going to play a Scoop Up Net, picking up that Comfey and promoting the bench one. Use Flower Selecting again, getting rid of another Comfey. So I bench the Comfey I picked up with the Scoop Up Net, attach Water and retreat return to use Flower Selecting again. I'm going to play an Ultra Ball, discarding Hisuian Goodra V and a Metal Energy. I'm going to fail. I think I was hoping to find another Comfey, but I think one of them ended up being prized, unfortunately. So I play the Scoop Up Net, picking up that Radiant Greninja, play the Training Court, use Concealed Cards to draw an extra 2 cards, hoping to find something good, and I do not get anything good, so I just end up passing to Matt. So Matthew is going to bench the Manaphy to prevent my Radiant Greninja using Moonlight Shuriken. He's going to play a Chorus's Experiment on his side of the board, discard or Lost Zoning a Comfey and a Giratina V. He's going to play an Escape Rope, so I'm just going to promote the other Comfey. He's going to bench down a Giratina V. He's going to use Flower Selecting, discarding a Ultra Ball. So it looks like he is going to be using the Mirage Gate. Let's see what energies he gets. He gets 2 energies and puts them on the Radiant Greninja. And then he's going to use another Mirage Gate to go find 2 more energies and attach them to the Giratina V. He's going to use Training Court to get that water energy 2-hand and then attach it to the Radiant Greninja. He's going to attach an air balloon and retreat into the Radiant Greninja, and then he's going to use Moonlight Shuriken, knocking out both of those Comfies, and he's going to take 2 prize cards. So I'm going to use Training Court, I'm going to use Concealed cards on that Radiant Greninja to draw 2, and I think my hand was very bad here. So I attach the Metal per turn to the active Hisuian Goodra vstar, and then I boss his orders up the Manaphy, and I pass to Matthew. So my hand is not looking good. I have, since recording this episode, I have updated the Hisuian Goodra vstar list. It should be the video I uploaded on Monday. So if you want to check that out, go check that out right away. Very good list, and the updated cards I think really add a whole lot to the deck as a whole. So let's see what Matthew has. He's going to use a Scoop Up Net. So he's going to promote the Giratina V-Star. Then he's going to use Lost Impact to knock out the Hisuian Goodra V-Star. And he's going to go down to 1 prize card. So I'm going to scoop up and we're going to go to game number 2. So we're getting into game number 2. I think I mulliganed like 3 or 4 times here, which is not ideal, especially giving the Lost Zone player a whole bunch of cards because they can get more Scoop Up Nets and more Switch Outs to do some more Colress's Experiment flower selecting shenanigans. So I am going to start off with the Comfy. I'm going to go first. I'm going to use flower selecting, discard or Lost Zoning a Comfy, and benching another Comfy. So I'm going to play a Capture Energy on the active Comfy to grab myself a Hisuian Goodra V. I'm going to retreat into the other Comfy, use flower selecting again, discarding an air balloon because I do want that other Comfy just in case he gets some Moonlight Shuriken shenanigans off in the next turn. So he's going to bench a Lumineon V, use the ability Luminous Sign to grab a Colress's Experiment from the deck. He's then going to play Colress's Experiment. So Matthew is a player that likes to use Colress's Experiment before flower selecting. I personally like to use flower selecting before using Colress's Experiment. He's going to bench down the Manaphy. He's going to then use flower selecting. He's going to Lost Zone a Boss's Orders. He's going to use an Escape Rope. So I'm just going to tell him I'm going to promote the other Comfy as it doesn't really matter. He's going to use flower selecting again, getting rid of the Psychic Energy. He's going to attach per turn to the bench Greninja. He's going to attach the air balloon. He's going to use concealed cards, so he gets to draw an extra 2 cards. I believe he does have 4 cards in the Lost Zone, so he's going to retreat, promote the Cramorant, and use Spit innocently. So I promote the Comfy, I then draw per turn. I use flower selecting, discarding the Hisuian Goodra V-Star. I use Colress's Experiment. So I get rid of my own Radiant Greninja. So I'm just checking how many cards are in the Lost Zone. So I bench the other Comfy. I attach Retreat, use flower selecting, discarding that Zamazenta V, which has recently been cut from the list. And then I just pass over to Matthew. So I'm not having a really good start, unfortunately. So Matthew is going to use the Escape Rope. Again, I'm just going to promote the other Comfy so I don't have to switch cards. He's going to use flower selecting. He discards or Lost Zones away the Mirage Gate. He then plays his Colress Experiment, Lost Zoning a capture energy as well as a battle VIP pass. He's going to attach return to the Radiant Greninja. He's going to use Mirage Gate. So he's going to grab, it looks like a grass and a water, and attach them both to the Radiant Greninja. He's then going to retreat into the Radiant Greninja and knock out both Comfeys for a double prize. So I'm going to play Colossus Experiment on my turn. I'm going to get rid of a Capture Energy, and it looks like a Mirage Gate. So you can see I'm moving a bit faster here because I do believe I can attack this turn. Finally, my first Rolling Iron. So I'm going to use Mirage Gate, attaching a metal and a water energy from my deck to my active Hisuian Goodra vstar. I'm going to attach per turn, bench a Hisuian Goodra V, and I'm going to use Rolling Iron, taking a knockout on that Radiant Greninja, and I'm going to take one prize card. So Matthew is going to promote the Comfey. He is going to bench the Giratina V. He's going to play a Mirage Gate. So he's going to attach a Grass Energy and Psychic Energy from the deck to his benched Giratina V. He's then going to use Flower Selecting on that active Comfey. He then uses an Ordinary Rod, shuffling in Radiant Greninja and two energies. I think it was a water and a grass. Then uses Mirage Gate again, attaching one grass to the Giratina V and a Psychic to the Giratina V. So this Giratina V on the bench does have 4 energies on it, I believe, which is pretty strong, but again, he has to use that Star Requiem to knock out the Hisuian Goodra V-Star, because Lost Impact won't do it unless he has a boss and escape rope. So he's going to use Scoop Up Net. He's going to bench the Sableye, attach per turn, retreat into the Sableye. I think I'm just checking to see how many cards he has. I believe he was missing 1. I believe he had 9. So you're just going to read what Rolling Iron does. I think now he's in a tough spot, so he does retreat. He's just thinking what he wants to promote. So he is going to promote the Crimorant, and he's going to use Spit Innocently for 30 damage, which does feel very, very bad. So I'm going to play an Ultra Ball. I'm going to get that Hisuian Goodra V-Star out of the deck, and then I'm going to play a Ordinary Rod, shuffling in 2 Comfeys and a water. I'm going to use Mirage Gate, getting that metal and water, attaching it to the bench Goodra V-Star. I'm going to attach a metal energy per turn to the Hisuian Goodra V-Star. I'm going to play a Crystal Cave, and that's going to heal all the damage from that Crimorant. I'm then going to play a Boss's Orders, gusting up that Lumineon V to then knock it out with Rolling Iron. So Matthew is going to play a Colress's Experiment from hand. He's going to Lost Zone that Radiant Greninja as well as a Scoop Up Net. He's going to bench a Giratina V. He's going to attach per turn to the bench Giratina V that he just benched. He is going to use Flower Selecting, discard or Lost Zoning that Battle VIP pass. So now he's going to retreat then he's going to use Star Requiem, so that will knock out that Hisuian Goodra vstar. So now I have one Hisuian Goodra vstar in play, which is exactly where I want to be, especially since I haven't used my vstar. So I'm going to use Colorless Experiment, lost zoning 2 more cards. I'm going to attach a water per turn, Ordinary Rod that both Goodras back into the deck, as well as some waters. The reason why I'm putting the basic Pokemon back in the deck is just in case he plays an Echoing Horn, so he does an Echoing Horn, Escape Rope, and then win. So I think here I just use Rolling Iron. So that's going to do 200 to him, and I take 80 less from attacks during my next turn. So he's going to evolve the bench Giratina V into a V-Star. He's going to attach per turn to that Giratina V-Star on the bench. He's then going to use Lost Impact, doing 200 damage. So I'm going to use a Melanie. I'm going to use a Mirage Gate just to attach more energy, simply because I don't want to get Rock Sand into energies. So I'm going to use Crystal Cave, healing 30 damage. And then I'm going to use my V-Star ability, Moisture Star, to heal all damage. And then I'm going to use Rolling Iron for the knockout on the Giratina V-Star. So Matthew is going to promote the Comfy. He has no real way to one-shot my Goodra V-Star, and I only have one prize, so all I need is a Gust effect, and I think I just win the game. So Matthew is going to use the Energy Recycler, and I think he just ends up realizing he's going to lose, so he just scoops right there. So we're going to go on to game number 3. So we're going to start game 3. I believe I'm going first, as Matthew chose to go second, so I'm going to drop return, play a Battle VIP Pass. Luckily, that Battle VIP Pass was the top deck. So I'm going to grab 2 Comfies off that Battle VIP. I'm going to take one of the Comfies back, looking for that Radiant Greninja, but then I realized that Radiant Greninja is prized, so I'm just going to get that Comfy again. I'm going to play a switch, and then I'm going to use Flower Selecting on the active Comfy, discarding lost zoning that Battle VIP Pass, attaching the air balloon, and retreating into the bench Comfy. So I lost zone that switch, attach per turn. I'm going to Ultra Ball away water and something else for another Hisuian Goodra V. And then I'm going to bench the Zamazenta V and use the ability on that Zamazenta V to discard my hand and draw 5 cards, then my turn ends. So Matthew is going to draw per turn. Wow. I think I see like 2 or 3 Battle VIP passes in his hand. So he's going to play the Hisuian Heavy Ball. He's going to get that Giratina V out of the prize cards. He's then going to put it onto his bench. He's going to play a Battle VIP Pass. Probably going to get Radiant Greninja and a Cramorant. That would be my guess. And I was right. Let's see, I think he has another one. So he plays the other one. I believe he's going to get Manaphy. I believe that's what he got. Yeah, so he gets the Manaphy after I literally told him during my turn that I prized my Radiant Greninja. So I don't know why he got the Manaphy here. So he's going to use Flower Selecting on the active Comfy, getting rid of that Colorless Experiment. He's then going to play a Colorless Experiment from his hand. I believe that's a Thornton that he got rid of there. So he's going to use Concealed Cards, discarding that Grass Energy. He is going to attach return to that bench Radiant Greninja. He's going to attach an Air Balloon to the Comfy, retreat, promote the other one, and then use Flower Selecting. So he's going to Lost Zone a Giratina V-Star. He's going to play a switch into the Cramorant and then use Spit instantly. So I'm going to promote my bench Comfey with the Air Balloon. I am then going to use Flower Selecting. So I'm going to Lost Zone that Mirage Gate. I'm going to play a Colress's Experiment. I believe I get rid of 2 Capture Energies right there. I'm going to attach a Capture Energy to the bench Hisuian Goodra V to grab a Comfey out of my deck. I'm then going to retreat into that Comfey and use Flower Selecting. Lost Zoning a Mirage Gate. So I'm going to play an Ordinary Rod, shuffling in a Comfey, Hisuian Goodra vstar, and a Water Energy. I'm then going to play an Ultra Ball, discarding Metal and a Melanie for a Comfey. So I bench down the Comfey, I use the Scoop Up Net, promote the one I just benched. Use Flower Selecting, Lost Zoning that Melanie. Now I'm at 7, so I get to use my Mirage Gate. So I did attach the wrong energies. I'm going to put the metal on the other one. So I'm just going to fix that mistake. I'm going to evolve into Hisuian Goodra V-Star and Scoop Up Net the Comfey and use Rolling Iron on the Cramorant. So we're going to take 1 prize. I'm now down to 5 and so is Matthew. So now it's Matthew's turn. He's going to promote Comfey, draw per turn. He is then going to use Flower Selecting on the active Comfey. I believe he puts a Capture Energy into the Lost Zone. He is then going to use Colress's Experiment, putting a Battle VIP Pass and something else into the Lost Zone. So I'm just going to count how many cards are in there. Enough for him to use Mirage Gate. So he's going to play the Mirage Gate. He's going to attach the Water and the Psychic to the Radiant Greninja. He then plays another Mirage Gate, attaching 2 energies to that Giratina V on the bench. So Matthew is going to attach return to the bench Giratina V. He's going to retreat into the Comfey. He's then going to use Flower Selecting again. He's going to put that Capture Energy into the Lost Zone. He is then going to Scoop Up Net the Comfey, promoting the Radiant Greninja. And then he's going to use Moonlight Shuriken, knocking out that bench Comfey and then putting 90 damage onto that bench Hisuian Goodra V. So I'm going to drop return. I'm going to play a Crystal Cave, healing 30 damage from that bench Hisuian Goodra V, putting it to having 60 HP, 60 damage on it. I'm then going to attach return to the bench Zamazenta V, and then I'm going to attack with Rolling Iron. So Matthew is going to promote the Comfey with the Air Balloon. He is then going to bench a Giratina V. Then he's just going to say, where is all his V-Stars? And then I remind him that he did throw a V-Star into the Lost Zone earlier in the game. So he's then going to use Flower Selecting. So he's just going to check what he has in the Lost Zone before he decides what to throw in the Lost Zone without Flower Selecting. I think there he was complaining about how unfair Goodra is with that minus 80 reduction, which I think is pretty balanced. So he's going to retreat and promote the Comfey. He's going to use the Flower Selecting, putting that Lumineon V into the Lost Zone. He's then going to attach return to that Giratina V. He's going to play a scoop up net, scooping up that Comfy, promoting the Giratina V, using boss's orders on that bench Hisuian Goodra V, which he did use Moonlight Shuriken to spread some damage, so he does one shot. So he takes a knockout on that, goes down to 2 prize cards, I believe. I promote the Hisuian Goodra vstar. I'm going to attach return to Zamazenta, and I'm going to hit him with the Rolling Iron. He thought it did a knockout, but no. It only does 200 and Giratina V has 220. So he's going to evolve and use Star Requiem, knocking out my Hisuian Goodra V-Star for game, and Matthew is going to end up winning the best 2 out of 3 series.